Hi, I'm Chris Kepler, and welcome to Does This Happen to You? I'm an actor, voice actor, audiobook narrator, and writer. I love reading, pondering, and sharing humorous stories about the freakish things that happen in everyday life. That's why this podcast features funny stories from fantastic writers about our daily aberrations, a micro audiobook about life and befuddlement just for you. Our story this week is from Oren Onken, who you'll find on Medium.com. And here is Grandpa, It's Hot in Your House. 25 years ago, my wife and I would leave my parents' home after a visit and snark to each other about how hot it was in their house. According to us, they had the temperature cranked up to about 1,000,000 degrees. I'm sweating like a pig. I could hardly breathe. How can they live that way? We were happy to be out of there, smug and confident that we would never be like them. Then, when we weren't paying attention, my wife and I grew old. Neither one of us saw it coming, and these days karma is delivering payback for our youthful arrogance as regularly as the Amazon guy delivers laxatives. We are the ones who live in a hot house, and our children are the ones who leave complaining that the place is a sauna. My body fat is saying bye-bye, my metabolism has slowed to a crawl, and my hormone production is down to the occasional drip. I have skin like paper. I am going to get cold. When going out, we adapt. Depending on the destination, I wear long sleeves, sweaters, or both. When going to a movie theater, I take a jacket, and my wife goes full blanket. At home, there are 2 quilts on the bed, even in summer. And when no one is joining us, we keep the house warm. I have done a lot of research to prepare for writing this article, research that required me to spend nearly $7 on a small digital room thermometer with a humidity reading, and then monitor it from my lazy boy for several days. When I say we keep our house warm, by warm, I mean 78 degrees Fahrenheit, 6 degrees warmer than the corporate-approved office temperature for working people. It is this 6 degrees of separation, not the one involving Kevin Bacon, that divides my wife and I from the younger generations and the working world. It is this 6 degrees that brands us as old. In cool seasons, when I come in from the cold outside, particularly if I've been working, even 72 feels hot. But if I am just sitting in the lazy boy reading, the temperature can creep up to 80 without me being aware of it. It is those times, invariably, when some youngster who just finished chopping wood and a snowstorm drops by. I'm not ready for them. They are not ready for the heat, and chaos ensues. When middle-agers, a group well known for their sensitivity, are on my calendar, I prepare. I open windows and cool the place down to the socially acceptable 72 before they arrive. I want everybody to be happy, and I will don a sweater to make that happen. But the unscheduled visitor is apt to find our house heated to the way we like it, and the way they don't. People who would never comment negatively about our interior design, our cleanliness, or odors feel perfectly free to let loose on the temperature. It's a passive-aggressive free-for-all. The insults, and insults they are intended to be, are legion. Boy, it's toasty in here. You like it a little warm, don't ya? Did you leave the stove on? Friends, neighbors, and relatives who would bend over backward to help us carry groceries, clean gutters, or navigate downstairs will turn on us like wolverines over that extra 6 degrees. People who would build a ramp up to their front door just so we could visit would slit their wrists rather than turn up the temperature a couple of degrees when we get there. My liberal relatives throw anti-ageism, respect for differences, and the honoring of diversity out the window when it comes to room temperature. My conservative friends advocate respecting one's elders, but not to the ridiculous extreme of accepting a 78-degree living room. My wife and I just take it. I could be aggressive back about the fact that they showed up unexpectedly and uninvited, and therefore ought to embrace the opportunity to shut the hell up. But I don't. Old age has a lot of downsides, and complaints about the temperature don't rise to the level of needing a response. The complainers are silly, maybe self-centered, and annoying, but the issue they raise is not the molehill I wish to die on. I don't want to be self-righteous about this. When I was 40, vigorous and healthy, I was just as much a prima donna about every temporary discomfort as my 40-year-old progeny are today. But now that I am old, now that discomfort and decay have become everyday companions, I make an effort to not burden people with my complaints. People don't want to hear them, and I get tired of making them. I wish my overheated relatives could do the same. It's 6 degrees. Get over it. Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed this story, let me know and share it with your friends. Follow me at Chris Narrates on Twitter or Chris K. Kepler on Facebook, or check out my website, chriskepler.com.